friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I have for you some tumbling tower game decor ideas. I hope you will love them. But before we get started, I want to tell you that this video is part of my Unconventional Materials craft challenge, where we create beautiful home decor from supplies that are not intended for crafting. So there's going to be playlists in the description box so you can see what everybody else created. DIY and number 1. For this project, I'm using a piece of a sign from the Dollar Tree that I cut to the size that I needed, and I am sanding off that leftover of the paper. Now that everything is nice, I'm going to show you over here. It is a little bit more than 9 1/4, and there's 5 inches of the width. I'm going to be using black Arteza paint, and I will just paint this rectangle completely in black. While that is drying, I'm going to take 48 of these Jenga blocks. It doesn't matter the color for me, because I'm going to paint all that black anyway. So now I'm taking 4 of them to create this little square. First of all, I will use this Surebonder wood stick for the glue gun, and I will attach 2 together in an L shape, and then other 2 also in an L shape. That's gonna help me create a perfect square, and after that I attach those together for a perfect square. After that I am gonna do the rest of them, and here they are. Now I'm gonna paint all of them with this black acrylic paint. Now this is just an idea. This is what I decided to do. You can use all wood Jenga blocks, and you can stain them or use any other color that you would like. Now that I have everything completely painted and dried, I'm going to start assembling it. First of all, I will take 2 of these squares, and I will attach them to create L shape, or actually corner. After that, I will attach them to the base. Now that I have that, I will continue attaching these squares all along perimeter of this rectangle, or actually base of this new created tray. I'm going to be doing this all the way around until I run out of the squares, and here it is. My tray is completed. I didn't want to add anything else to it. I thought it looks absolutely perfect. You guys know I love simplicity. I love easy projects, and this is one of those. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. How do you like it, and would you recreate it? Now I want to introduce you to my favorite place to get perfumes. It is Dossier. Dossier produces classic, high-end, and luxury scents at a fraction of the price, and you probably ask, how is that possible? Well, by cutting all the expenses and brand taxes. By getting one of these perfumes, not only that you will smell amazing, but you will also save a lot. You know, I'm a budget girl, so Dossier is no-brainer for me. Their perfumes are colorant and UV filter free, vegan and cruelty free, and paraben and phthalate free. Also, their bottles, aside from the pump, are made out of 100% recyclable and sustainable materials. This month I tried 2 new perfumes. One of them is men perfume, which was this woody green apple. I love it so much that I will probably take it for my husband. It is a perfect combination of that upcoming fall season crisp apple, but also fresh enough to use it during the summer. It is inspired by Paco Rabanne's 1 Million, and as you can see over here on their website, the original price for this perfume is $78, and you can get it for $29. Another one that I chose is the Floral Musk, and it has that a little bit stronger smell, which is perfect for night out or for work. This one was inspired by Lancome's Idol, and the retail price of this one is $99, and on Dossier's website you can get it for $29. These smell exactly like original. I always make my mission to go to high-end stores and test out the smell, and these definitely smell the same. So Dossier is no-brainer for sure. One cute addition to each bottle is this magnetic cap, so we never lose a cap again. Dossier has men, women, and unisex perfumes, as well as candles with all those amazing scents. They have a quiz to help you decide on what is the perfect scent for you. Dossier also has a risk-free system, so you get to try perfumes before you commit to it. You also have 30 days for return to get your money back if you're not happy. I have a coupon code for you for 10% off that you can combine with a 20% off welcome offer for a total of 30% off already very, very affordable prices. Dossier has new payment method that lets you earn store credit. You only need to select Catch at the last stop at your checkout to earn $10 sign-on bonus credit. Also, you get rewarded with 10% store credit on every order. I highly, highly recommend Dossier. I encourage you to go ahead and try it. Once you try it, you will never, never go back. Thank you, Dossier, for partnering with me and making me smell amazing. Now DIY number 2. I'm going to be taking, I believe, 36 of the Jenga blocks. But this really depends what you want to do and how big of the project you want to make. Now I'm going to take 6 of them and then start with the 7th one. And I will use the same Sure Bonder wood stick with the glue gun. And I will start staggering them like bricks, but with a space in between them. Hope that makes sense. You see what I'm doing over here. So I want to make sure to attach them offset to the ones, so the next row will be offset to the one below, and I will make sure there is a space in between them. And if you just see what I'm doing over here, you will understand better. I will do this all the way until I run out of my Jenga blocks. I actually wanted this to be either planter or actually cover for the planter or cover for the candle. So that was the height that I was based my project on, but you can really use, create any size that you want. I also decided to leave this a natural color, but if you wish, you can of course paint it, stain it, spray paint it, anything that fits your decor. This was a super, super simple project and it couldn't be cheaper. This was only one package of Jenga blocks, which was only $1.25 at a dollar store. So now that I'm done with it, this is how it looks like. The only thing left to do is to, yes, I sanded these letters. When I was putting it together, I noticed that this one had letters, so I definitely sanded that. Now this is how it looks like with the candle. I think it looks so beautiful, and I made sure that the candle is the size of this so it doesn't, burn the wood. And then this is how it looks as a planter. Tell me what you think about this one. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. There are big changes coming up on my channel. My husband and I are taking over, and we're starting to do a lot of home improvement DIYs, thrift flips, decor ideas, and budget-friendly DIYs. He will help me a lot, and there will be changes, but I really hope you will be on board and continue to follow me or follow us and support this channel. I will also change the channel name a little bit, but you will still know it's me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're new, please subscribe. That will mean so much, and I appreciate you guys so much. I will still be on Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook, and share other DIYs and decor ideas there as well. Let's go on to the DIY number 3. I'm going to be using 9 of these Jenga blocks to start off with. First, I'm going to put 2 together and glue them on the side. And then I will take one more and glue it on the front. Then I'm going to take 3 and I'm going to hot glue them with the middle one offset like so. And then I'm going to glue the first 3 on top of this one. As you can see now, I'm creating this cute little pumpkin with the stem. Now I'm going to take rest of the Jenga blocks and I will create the same thing I did over here without that middle one offset, so we don't need a stem on that one. And the reason for that is because that will be the bottom of the pumpkin. Actually, I'm creating a tall pumpkin. So now that I have all this ready, I will just hot glue this bottom to the one that I already created earlier, and that will be the large, or actually tall pumpkin. And then I will create another one like the one that I created earlier with the stem, and that will be the smaller pumpkin. Now that I have both of them, this is how they look like. And it's time to use a white Adirondack chalk paint and this truffle by Waverly and a chippy brush from the Dollar Tree, and I will just really heavily distress it. Of course, you can use any color you want. You can use orange for pumpkin, but I really wanted to distress it because it really fits my decor better. And I think it covers up any imperfections that might be from the glue or from the Jenga block. Now I'm painting with the truffle paint and the stems, and then distressing it more with that same truffle paint. After I was completely happy with the way it looks like, and when everything was dry, the only thing left to do is to take a little bit of raffia and to wrap it on around the stem. I just wrapped it once and then created a little knot, and then after everything was done, I just cut off the tails to the size that I wanted. And that's going to be it for this cute little project. It couldn't be simpler and couldn't be cheaper, but I think it looks so adorable. They look beautiful itself, but I also put them in a tray that I created earlier, and I think it really looks great for this upcoming fall season. Tell me in the comments down below which one was your favorite. Would you try to recreate any of these? Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to check out my description box for the playlist and for the Dossier link. And I hope you have a wonderful day. I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys. From the Jenga.